In essence, Anne is discontented with her public portrayal and is determined to adopt a more alluring, stimulating, and exciting persona. 3 descriptors she believes every woman should embody. I've been depicted, Anne laments, as a tremendously nice person, a talented actress, a devoted wife, a caring mother. If I were running for office, if I aspired to become the mayor of Beverly Hills, that portrayal would be splendid. But let's be real. I am an actress. I should sound stimulating, appear exciting. Throughout, my allure has been confined. Take my fan mail, for instance. It's always praised my acting prowess, my embodiment of various roles. I value those letters, truly. But why haven't I received any asking for pin-up photos? The answer is straightforward. Men, due to my films and reputation, have viewed me as intellectual, uninteresting, maternal, pragmatic, everything but sexy. I must admit, without pretense, that I am no paragon. I am not Greer Garson. I am a young actress who resents being depicted as uninteresting and inhibited. In addition to reshaping herself physically, Anne recently joined the league of top-tier screen stars, Tyrone Power, Cary Grant, Betty Hutton, Alan Ladd, Kathryn Grayson, who prefer freelance work over studio contracts. After an 11-year tenure at 20th Century Fox, Anne walked into Darryl Zanuck's office one morning and requested to be released. Her contract, valued at $3,500 per week, was set to continue until spring 1953. When I inquired why she was relinquishing the security of a contract long before its expiration, Anne remarked, "For me, it's about professional growth. I've been under contract for my entire career, and now I want to explore independently. I am grateful to the studio for the opportunities and guidance it provided. But there are thrilling prospects in the entertainment world, and I want to be a part of them. For instance, Paul Gregory has opened up new avenues theatrically in America, and we've been discussing. I want the freedom to work with him in vibrant, stimulating productions like Don Juan in Hell and John Brown's Body. I also want the freedom to travel, to make films in Europe or South Africa, and naturally, here in Hollywood. I believe the world is too dynamic right now to confine myself to any one place." Anne's primary obstacle, or at least how she currently perceives it, is that she converses like the cultured, perceptive, assertive, and knowledgeable actress she is. Her persona emphasizes her intellect over physical allure. A close friend, well acquainted with her, explains her desire to appear seductive in this way. It took Anne 11 years to attain fame and stardom in Hollywood. Suddenly, a girl named Marilyn Monroe emerges. Let's be honest, Monroe thrives on sexuality. It emanates from her effortlessly, much like toothpaste from a tube. The excerpt delves into Anne Baxter's candid observations about the film industry's approach to romance and intimate scenes. She discusses the shift in audience interest from substantive storytelling to a focus on sensuality and sex appeal, citing Marilyn Monroe's skyrocketing fame despite limited roles as an example. Baxter acknowledges the significance of physical allure in drawing audiences but emphasizes the importance of authentic and passionate love scenes. She laments the current trend of brief and restrained on-screen kisses, advocating for a return to the emotionally charged and uninhibited love scenes that were integral to early cinema's success. Comparing Hollywood's approach to romantic scenes with that of French and Italian films, Baxter notes the enthusiasm and historical depth exhibited by foreign stars in their portrayal of affection. She highlights the genuine enjoyment and depth of expression in these performances, reminiscent of the intensity seen in the era of iconic stars like Greta Garbo and John Gilbert. Additionally, she reveals an industry practice where the duration of on-screen kisses is monitored rigorously, with scenes being reshot if they exceed a specified time limit. Baxter criticizes this limitation, suggesting that it restricts the genuine emotional connection and intensity that such moments can convey to audiences. The passage unveils Anne Baxter's outspokenness and authenticity in her views about film and life, contrasting her public image with her personal disposition. It touches on her family background, highlighting her connection to renowned architect Frank Lloyd Wright and his tumultuous romantic history. Baxter's candidness about an incident while filming, where a prolonged kiss required a reshoot, reflects her frustration with industry constraints. She champions the need for genuine emotional connections in films, believing that they can offer warmth and comfort to those craving affection. Despite her perceived image as part of a staid country club set, the passage portrays Baxter as an outspoken, down-to-earth individual since falling in love with John Hodiak. Her grandfather's influence on her outlook and appearance is evident, particularly his belief in avoiding habits becoming a hindrance. The narrative then delves into Baxter's childhood, where she felt destined to be unnoticed, prompting her desire to be seen on stage. Her journey into acting, from early training at the Theodore Irving School of Dramatics to Broadway performances alongside seasoned actors like Gladys Cooper and Eva Le Gallienne, shaped her career. Baxter's Hollywood trajectory began with multiple auditions for Rebecca and later a breakthrough when Darryl Zanuck signed her after a successful test for stage door. Overall, the passage provides insight into Anne Baxter's assertive nature, her family background, and the journey that led her to the entertainment industry, revealing a determined individual passionate about her craft. The passage details Anne Baxter's early days in Hollywood, her initial films, and the entrance of John Hodiak into her life. It sheds light on their relationship, despite initial reservations from Anne's mother, and their eventual marriage. When Anne arrived in Hollywood at 16 with her watchful mother, her career began with roles alongside John Barrymore in The Great Profile and Jack Benny in Charlie's Aunt. Initially perceived as serious and talented but not overtly alluring, her romantic life remained without any serious attachments until John Hodiak, a former Chicago radio announcer, entered the picture. Rumors surfaced about Mrs. Baxter's reservations regarding the match, given Hodiak's background, but his love for Anne outweighed any concerns about her family's lineage or status. Despite Anne's heritage as Frank Lloyd Wright's granddaughter and her father's occupation, Hodiak was captivated by Anne's essence, her poise, intelligence, sophistication, and allure. Eventually, Mrs. Baxter consented to their marriage, and they tied the knot in 1946 at the Baxter home in Burlingame, California. The Hodiaks welcomed their first child, Katrina, the following year. The passage contrasts Hodiak's unconditional love and acceptance of Anne, including her evolving style and embrace of glamour, with the public's expectations of female stars needing to exude sex appeal. Anne, despite her successful career, acknowledges the pressure to emphasize her physical charm, believing that every woman, even a prosperous actress and mother, must possess sex appeal. It encapsulates Anne Baxter's personal life, her marriage to John Hodiak, and the dynamic between her public image and personal identity in a world that values allure and success